just realized I don't have my glasses and I'm blind as a bat.
I'm staring at my phone. Oh, jeez. So, real quick, we've talked sports, obviously, before. Welcome back. Wait, sorry, I'm burying the lead there. We're back. Sorry.
Oh yeah, awkward business is back, and I guess it's still awkward. So
Yeah. Yay.
Thanks, Joe, for the sub. 20 months. Thank you very much. All right, AJ, go ahead with your crapping all over my intro.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, no, that's not true. You lost your glasses. We were already there. It was already off the rail. We were never on the rails to start with.
What?
We're talking about sports before. And so I'm legitimately, if we get that far, I don't know, it might run out. I'm in the middle of a fantasy draft. And if we get to the punishments, I'm willing to offer one up. But that's why I was on my phone, because I'm trying to finish that out, because of course it's taking way longer than it should. And I'm back on this.
You're trying to find a punishment that has to do with sports? Wait, what?
No. I'm finishing up a fantasy football draft.
Oh, you're finishing up the draft.
That went too long. That's why I was on my phone, is because I was trying to make a trade, and I was going to say that I will offer up making my last pick, which is coming up, but I think it'll happen before we get to the think fast part.
Got it.
Because we, of course, know Kira would make a dynamite pick if that was part of a punishment. It would go great. Watching from a supermarket.
So good. Joe, thank you for watching from Who Says Supermarket.
That's true.
Joe does.
Grocery store?
Grocery store. The store.
I would say grocery.
Supermarket.
Yeah, I would say store.
I hadn't heard. Yeah, I said I'm going to the store. I'm going to get groceries.
Store.
Supermarket. It's kind of like buggy and cart though, so I guess it kind of just depends. But...
Wait, you called the shopping cart your buggy?
No, but a lot of people in the not this area, but like up north do. Boston and up.
I have not heard that.
I would really say Mass and up. Mm-hmm. A lot of people say buggy. It's very strange. Ask
a lot from Massachusetts?
Massachusetts and up. Ask Sean.
Carol would fan it. Yeah, that's true. That's how it goes.
She probably wouldn't know that much. Here's the thing is that like I know the game like the back of my hand because I watched it so much as a kid growing up, and then I have to watch the Eagles now because it's part of my job. But anything outside of the actual game, like the players, except for the famous ones, don't ask.
That's cool. My fiance took the player I was going to take anyway. It's a done deal. God. Now she's calling me a loser from the other room.
I mean, it's true. We all love Ashley more anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah, I need to cut clips up from. There's two particular clips I really want from we watched wrestling last night, and we decided it was a fun pet project we're going to do. So there's two particular clips I want to get from that. And the only reason the only thing I'm going to get on Twitch now is to watch sports with my fiance, because she gets overly invested in it, and it makes it so awesome for me.
It's phenomenal.
Awesome.
Her reactions are so funny. There was a moment. By the way, follow AJ at the AJ Night.
It's very, very low key. Very very low budget.
But you get to watch his fiance Ashley.
That's the real reason.
Pretty much like just like gasp and lose her breath. And I choked on water yesterday and air because she had like the funniest reactions to WWE.
It's so invested. Just wait till you see someone she likes lose. Last night, I don't think it happened. I think she got every match right, if I remember correctly.
Good for her. Yeah. It's not like they're not pre-picked anyway.
But as far as I know, she's not involved in those conversations.
I don't think she's involved.
Whole level of discovery for me if I found out that she knew that.
Although I think that would make her more badass.
Babe, are you secretly working with WWE Creative?
Say yes.
She's playing coy. She's playing coy.
Damn it, Ashley. Why can't you just say yes?
Are you secretly working for WWE Creative?
Just say yes. Oh my God, never mind.
Yes.
I mean, I watch enough reality TV that I think I have some pretty good ideas.
You can really sense the Temptation Island influence in WWE since Ashley got hired as a writer.
I think, honestly, I think she does pretty good. Listen, I think I see it. I see the influence.
I believe it. Drama. She's a peed.
I thought it I thought it was funny. All right, so there's a few new things going on. I did not put that back up. There's a few new things going on. Our intro is a little new, but it's not exactly what I want it to be. I'm settling for now. That's going to be in place until I can figure out. There's something, because right now what it is.
Show me.
Is this? Thank you.
For still awesome.
By the way,
the awesome music is still there. I mean, that's what matters most to me.
Music is still there. I love our music. Yes. Thank you for paying attention to the intro, by the way, AJ. But this is what was after the hold screen. This is what we introed with.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. Actually, let me take the
I recognize that headshot. Mine is how old do you think my headshot is? Yours, of course, spoiler, Kira's is brand new. It's very lovely.
Mine's brand new. Yours is.
That is a young AJ.
Let's see, right I know how old you are, so I'm gonna say a decade.
Let's see. I took that picture. Okay, so let's backtrack here. I've been in Maine for a year. I was in Utah for 5.5. I was out of work for a year. I was in New Mexico for a year. So how many years was that?
About 8.
1, 5. Yeah, 10's actually probably about right. That was at my first gig. So 10's in the ballpark. 10, 11, it's in that range.
That makes sense. But when you Google the AJ Knight, that's what comes up. Or AJ Knight Radio, that's what comes up. That and our picture at dinner with Nick Steele and Sean and Sarah and all them. That was
a good picture. It's a good group of people.
No. It's a good picture. It's a good picture. But that's what comes up, by the way, when you Google yourself.
That was my first headshot forever, but I haven't used that. I retired that picture because eventually part of me was like, okay, like that's like 24-year-old me. Like I can't play that off as a headshot. So there's other ones that I use now that I've had, but it surprises me that one still shows up.
Yeah, the other one does. I know the other one that you usually use, because that is the one I used for when you did the audio podcast for Finding My Perfect Awkward, and that's the one on the Instagram. But that does not come up when you Google yourself.
Well, it's a good picture at least. It'd be terrible if it was a terrible picture. I think it'd be a little bit more upset, but it's a good picture. So
I almost used the one with you and Cole Swindell because that's not a bad picture. That's actually your Twitter profile picture.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get to, that's what's so annoying is we were talking about wrestling last night. I have a picture with CM Punk. I love that picture. It is not a profile picture on anything, so I got to go find it again.
That's my guy. Listen, I don't think I'd do that well with fantasy football, maybe beginner's luck, but I would totally be great at doing a WWE anything. Stefan, hello.
Something like that's got to exist at this point, right?
It has to. I think it does. I don't know. But I haven't watched in a very long time, but I just started recently in the last few months, and I love it because AEW has now some of the stars that were in WWE when I was watching in 2016. Yes. So,
as Ashley very much found out last night.
Oh yeah, she didn't know that. We did inform her of that. Yeah, we did inform her of that.
For us, we started watching SummerSlam. I have a friend him and his wife, they're avid fans. Like him and I were big wrestling fans in high school. And then he never stopped watching. His wife loves it. They've never stopped. And then we watched SummerSlam because Ashley loves Finn Balor. We went to one live event. They came to Salt Lake City. Finn Balor, the short king, she was like, I'm hooked. And then he was he was a main event for SummerSlam. And she's like, we got to watch. So we did. And now we're into it.
CM Punk.
He's a good dude. He was very nice when I took the picture with him. Because I met him at a hockey game. It was a Blackhawks playoff game. That is where I got to meet him.
Anyway, we're gonna talk sports.
I'm glad we talked about this because I have an idea for a punishment. We'll see if we get to that point.
I'm very interested. I'm very interested to see. So for those that don't know, we're gonna get into some stories and talk what's going on around the world, but then after we play this thing called Think Fast, where we have to name something, 5 of something, or name however many or whatever of a certain category, and then if we don't get it in a certain amount of time, we have to do something that the other chooses. Now, problem with that is that we haven't played it in 4 months.
Yeah, I don't have pretzels anymore. I stopped. That stopped being part of my morning snack, which was a staple forever.
These had to be gone by February. There was a bet that like last September these were going to be gone by February. It is August.
Here's the no. I was gonna say we were still doing it, so they went. It was even before we stopped, so it's not like that happened or heard it. Or
no, excuse me, was that English? 2 months before we stopped, these were supposed to be gone. Then we took our hiatus in April, and unintentionally, by the way, we took that hiatus. But it's all AJ's fault, I might add.
Well, 100% me. My best friend got married. I'm so selfish. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, 4 months. Your best friend got married.
It was a hell of a honeymoon. I got to be honest. It was great.
I don't want to know the details. All right, let's see if I remember how to do this. I don't know.
Right now, where would you go if you get? You're not. I don't. Whatever. You get married right now. Vows. I do. Where's your honeymoon? This is news.
Not even with somebody right now.
Ashley and I we picked a date, which Kira knows, and so that's a discussion we've been having is where we want to go do our honeymoon because we're going to do it later. It's going to be several months after the wedding. It's not going to be immediate.
I've never been outside of the country except to Mexico on a cruise, so like. I would love to go to Canada. I would love to go to anywhere. Beautiful. I would love to go to anywhere. Imagine if I just stopped the sentence at anywhere.
Anywhere.
I would love to go to Europe. And I would love to just do like a tour of Europe. And just do that too.
Like
when in doubt, blame Kira. No, it's all AJ's fault and he knows it. And if he were to deny it, I have receipts.
Again, it's a hell of a honeymoon, a 4-month honeymoon. I mean, you get invited, you're not going to say no.
That's again the details I don't need to know.
I feel like you're insinuating like I slept in the same room as them or something. Like that's not at all what happened.
Do it's a honeymoon trip.
Look, we're having that discussion now. I think we're figuring out real quick what's going to happen at Kira's honeymoon.
I mean, most honeymoons. Isn't that what you do?
Here's an important question I think for your honeymoon. Do you want it to be, because this is how we break down our vacations, do you want it to be a relaxing vacation or a sightseeing vacation?
Both. I would go on a little bit of a longer one. It wouldn't be just like a week long. You'd go at least 2 weeks.
Do you, boo?
If it's a tour of Europe, if it's like a
for sure.
Like the Bahamas. If it's the Bahamas, then I'm gonna go for a week, and it would be relaxing, and we're gonna go to the beach and stuff. But if we do a tour of Europe, I'm sightseeting. I don't know about whoever he is at the time.
Gorgeous. Obviously.
I don't know about him.
It's gritty. That's what I say. In this situation, you marry Gritty. You're on your honeymoon. That's what's happening.
Gritty man.
Or CM Punk. Whichever one. I don't know.
No, I don't want to get in AJ's way because she could totally kick my ass.
That's true. All right. See, it's Gritty then.
Honeymoons are banging. That's what I'm saying. Wait, I forgot that I could do this. Wait, I forgot that I could do this. That's what I'm saying.
So Ashley and my fiance are blessed enough that we get to do a lot of sightseeing already. So I think our honeymoon is going to be more relaxing. Our honeymoon, I think, is going to be more of the relaxing variety.
Speaking of what I thought you were going to say, this is what happens after you get that far, and that is. You have a baby and you have to announce the gender. So Adele,
that's big pressure right there. You imagine screwing up a gender reveal? Later. Let's not get started. We just saw our nephew. The kid thing's back on the table. Yeah, we're already there.
Okay, but here's the thing: is that again, I'm gonna just put it out there that if I have to find out by Facebook, I'm like.
What about an Adele gender reveal?
If it's just me and Adele, cool.
Okay, fair.
You gotta find the lines. Adele.
Yeah, you gotta find the lines here.
Yeah, no, I don't want it at like a 1,000 people residency where everybody gets to know along with me. Like, no. Yeah, unless you put me on stage, and then in which case I feel special and like that's a little lines. But speaking of Adele, she got teary when she helped a couple announce the gender of this couple's baby.
Lord.
The thing with this is that in order for me to ask a celebrity for them to announce,
right?
Because you get one shot, right? Like if you go to a gender reveal party or something and something messes up, you can always try again. With this, you get one shot. If you don't
That's
get
what I'm
the
saying.
camera footage, if you don't get the, you're like finicking with your phone, you can't get it to something happens, you got one shot and they're not saying it again unless they're like Harry Styles, in which case, he's a freaking amazing person.
Adele seems like she would be nice enough to be like, okay, one more time.
Oh, your camera wasn't working. Okay,
She seems like that
again.
kind of person.
Maybe, but like, I don't think she would want to cry again, right? You wouldn't get the full.
Oh, that's true. You're not going to get the emotion the second time. Yeah,
right,
you're
exactly.
Right.
The same thing wouldn't happen twice. Is my point. So, who would you, if you're not, you haven't announced it. I'm not saying no pressure or anything, but if you were to have somebody, a celebrity, announce your gender for your baby, who would it be? Who would get that honor?
So, okay, here's this. This is tough for two reasons. One, I really want to pick someone that is the type of celebrity that would be like, let's go get drinks afterwards. So that would be important. Two, this is definitely going to be more important for my fiance. So I think that she would win regardless. But if I had to pick someone, who would I pick to do my gender reveal?
Maybe she would agree with you.
It has to be a concert, right? I feel like an athlete would be what I'd lean into, but that seems like it'd just be so messy. It just,
You also want her to agree with you.
Yes. I gotta be honest. I've never met him. So I met Cole Swindell. He was super, super sweet. That one came to mind because we were talking about that. The one that keeps coming to mind, and I've never had a chance to meet him. I've never seen him in concert, but I've heard he is super great for meet and greets, is Zach Brown of the Zach Brown Band.
Okay.
I've heard he is spectacular to get to interact with. So for no reason whatsoever, that is where my mind immediately landed on this question.
Okay. That's so well, and also too, your fiance is a huge country fan.
Yes, I think that would be easy to get that one over on.
I think she would agree with you on that one. By the way, hi Rad. And also
watch out, Joe. If you're not careful, I think you might have to pay him something for that because I think that's trademarked.
Is it really?
The Ready to Rumble part, I think, is.
But I think I'm not even with somebody. So I'm not even thinking this far ahead yet.
You're
but
expecting a little baby Gritty, who's making the announcement if it's a boy or a girl.
Gross. Sorry, that's even gross.
Yes, it is.
It has. You have to get that far, and I'm
not a fun pregnancy. I don't think.
Not a fun. I don't even think that would be fun to get that far.
Because we're in agreement. You're thinking concert, right?
Concert for sure.
Okay, yeah.
Harry Styles has done a lot, so usually I think I'd be like Harry Styles because I know it would be a fun one. But he has done so many of them that I don't think it's like unique anymore, and I want to be different. I want to be different. Yeah,
because the other thing is you want some Walker Hayes.
He's my guy. He's my country guy. So
here's the question. Because the second part of it, because you mentioned Harry Styles, and the first thought that came to mind, same thing with Adele. Because you also want someone who at least like. Does it matter to them? Not really, but someone who's at least going to get into it a little bit, right?
I want somebody who's going to be Adele and cry.
Oh,
or I want somebody who's going to be, or somebody who's going to be like Harry Styles and make it funny. Like I need footage worthy.
Make it a moment. Yes. Yeah, totally. Like so the question is, will Walker Hayes make it moment worthy?
I think so.
You think so?
He also has a ton of kids, so I feel like he's done it a few times.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But he's my guy. He's my country guy. He's my.
You know what? Speaking of actually now, probably not my pick, but hell of a concert. How about Carrie Underwood?
Hell of a concert, man. The fact that we got so close to that stage. Anyway,
it was a good show.
I think that would be a good one. I think she would make it into like a little bit of a song. I think she would incorporate like somebody gave her their jacket that she wore for one song.
Yeah.
Something along the lines of something like that. Like it would be like you take the sign and hold it up while she's singing, and then at the end be like, "It's a boy" or something. Like she would incorporate it into the show.
Okay, here's a question for you because this actually came up when I got to see my sisters when I went back for my oldest sister's graduation. Would you rather have your gender reveal done by one of your favorite artists, like we're discussing, or have someone, let's say, relatively close to you, within the third level of family, however you define that, have their kid named after you in some way. Because my little sister, who just turned 21 this year, was talking to me. It was a little hard because I like her boyfriend a lot. They've been together for a minute. Alex is a cool dude, but they were talking about their kids, that they were potentially naming one of their kids' middle names, both mine and my brother's names. And that's one of those moments where you're like, hold it together.
If I had to choose one or the other, I would choose named after me.
Okay, that's because I think that's where I'm at too.
Because if it's like my best friend, I would
cry.
I also better be the godmom.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, because the picture in my eyes is you're holding that kid and you're like, I will protect you forever. Nothing will happen to this kid.
I mean, nothing's going to happen to them if I have anything to say about it anyway, but then you're also named after me in some way.
Yeah, because I get to see my nephew. It was my first nephew. That's where I went after our conference. And I'm very much not a kids person. Like I'm not like, oh, they're so cute. Like I've gotten better about being nice about it. But Nash is my nephew's name, and I was holding him and I was like, you want to make sure you are protected. It's going to be great. I mean, I no one loves my nephew more than my fiance, but
you are also determined to be the favorite. So
I
think it makes sense. If it's Gritty's kid, it has to be Carrot Top.
That's just making that pregnancy even worse for you. You need sympathy.
I'm sorry. I don't think it would even get that far, but I did cry when I met him. So
I'm saying there's something there. There's a spark.
Also, that's the first person I thought of when I was thinking about your guys's was Ed Sheeran.
Came to mind.
Just because I saw her face when. So fun fact: we went to go see Ed Sheeran, Ash and I. We had bought tickets months and months, and like when they first went on sale, we had bought tickets together, and we didn't even look at the map. Like we just bought the best tickets that we could find for our budget.
Yeah.
And then when we got there, I'm like, Ashley, like I think we have decent seats, and we get there and the rows were swapped. So instead of being towards the top, we were like 3 rows from the floor. Badass. And we start walking down the stairs, and she's like, Kira, and she starts crying, and I'm like, I'm gonna cry with you because this is so cool. And it was like I saw her face, and I was like, that's why the first person that came to mind was Ed Sheeran.
He would check my box too, because Ed Sheeran seems like the type of guy that would go out for a drink with you afterwards. Absolutely.
For one of the after one of the concerts, I don't remember where. But after one of the concerts, he went to a bar and started making.
Oh, it was Nashville, because Aaron, who I met at our conference, it was her video. She was there.
Wasn't Ricky there?
I don't know. Aaron's who I talked to Aaron specifically about it because I saw that video.
Ricky Sanchez was, I believe, in the place too. I mean, for one of them, maybe. I think in Nashville.
Double check, but I think it was Nashville. Anyway.
Oh no, I think there was wasn't it a bachelorette party? And he crashed.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That she was at.
Yeah, and that's Aaron. Yeah, but that's Aaron. Or Aaron took a video. I'm sure there's multiple videos, obviously, of the situation.
I think Ricky was with her. Yeah,
because I saw it and I was like, I've seen that video. We weren't friends on Instagram or anything, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, she I was shook too, because I was like, oh my gosh, the section letters are swapped, right? Like the rows that are what they're supposed to be are swapped, and she was like crying.
Doesn't take much.
But it was a great concert. Like
I'm sure
we were latched and we were like swaying and singing with each other. We had a moment. We bonded.
So speaking of Ed Sheeran, one of my at this point I don't even really care who it is, but one of my dreams for a concert is I want to be at a concert where the artist brings out another artist for no reason because they're there. And that was the running joke because Carrie Underwood has a big song with Jason Aldean, and he was on the big screen that they had, and everybody freaked out about it, but he wasn't actually there. It was just a recording, and she sang along with it. But of course, that was the guy. Oh my God, I can't believe Jason Aldean was there. So Ed Sheeran, the big video he did recently on top of the bachelorette party was he was in Detroit. Freaking Eminem comes out and hangs out with him, and they do 2 songs together. Which, damn it, Detroit, that's awesome. The other thing, the reason that came to mind is one, I wanted to share that's a dream. But the funny thing is that what sucked about you guys' concert, I think a little bit of karma, you guys getting sweet seats, is that Khalid didn't get to come, who was supposed to be there.
So, fun fact, we bought these tickets specifically because we wanted to see Beautiful People be performed by the two people who sang it.
Great song.
Oh, it's a fantastic song. And we wanted to see both of them. Plus, Khalid is like talented as hell. So it would have been fun just to see him anyway.
Super sweet guy, too.
Awesome person. Him and I are the same age. Wild to think about. Didn't know that until I Googled why he wasn't at the concert. By the way, in case you didn't know, he was out of a few shows. He was out of like, I don't know, 5 shows or so, 6 shows. And it was because he was in a car accident, and then Little Big Town and John Mayer took his place and opened for Ed Sheeran in Boston. The thing is that he was supposed to be in Boston. Like his Khalid's time that he was taking off was supposed to end, and he was supposed to be in Boston after the recovery. Like that was supposed to be his end of recovery.
Right.
He decided not to because he wanted to be able to give the best show. And then the next problem you come into is that you only have about, I don't know, what was that? A month left, maybe a little less of a tour. So we were like one of the only shows he missed, and we were pissed.
Yeah.
We were pissed.
Yeah, I get it.
Although, and also he also didn't like John Mayer came out for one of the songs and they sang together. We didn't have like Little Big Town didn't come out and sing a song with Ed Sheeran. There was no celebrity sighting with Ed Sheeran at our show. But his wife did come out and they sang starts with the G. An Irishman, an Englishman.
I got nothing.
I can't
I'm
even
failing this think fast right now. I've got nothing.
With a G, but I got girl. Galway girl. I don't know why I couldn't think of it, but they sang Galway Girl together. Yes, thank you, Ashley. Thank you very much. Yes, Galway Girl. And they had fireworks and all this stuff. But also, I'm leaving this up here for a second because I very much enjoy this, and I enjoy you. But I wanted to see what you would say and to see if Ashley would agree with you, because that will be a thing at one point, I hope.
Like I said, I think I could get Zac Brown Band over because that's the first one that came to mind, but I'm sure Ed Sheeran would be the first choice.
Speaking of being named after things, not something I foresaw somebody like be named after, but like Harrison Ford has snakes. A snake species named after him.
It'd have to be snakes.
That's not the most surprising thing in this article that you find.
That's not the most surprising thing?
So Indiana Jones has a well-known phobia of snakes, and he has this like I can't just
I love the sentence where, if you go off, I love the sentence, the snake was reportedly found sunbathing in a swamp and measured 16 inches long. Like, he's trying to relax, guys. Come on. Leave him alone. I just like the way that sentence
I found this thing on top of, or not me. I found this video on TikTok where this woman found a snake skin on top of her cabinets. And she was like, I was cleaning on top of these cabinets and I found this, and I'm just going to leave it up there because I want to see and not see, like, what is it? When you, what is it called? When
Ignorance
you don't see, ignorance is bliss, but, not seen and forgotten, or what is it called?
Out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind. That's what she said, yeah. Anyway, I ruined it, but that's, yeah.
I don't think that works, but I get it. All right, ignorance is bliss.
Listen.
I can't see the snake. The snake can't see me.
But this is not. He has already an ant and a spider species named after him. He has a spider species named after Harrison Ford.
That's pretty cool. I gotta be honest. I'm into that. Does it say anywhere on here what the names of them are? Because, like, obviously they probably have some kind of scientific name.
No, but I can look it up. But he has a spider species named after him. I'm sorry, I'm so terrified of spiders that it would be like, yes. ironic at that point. But unless I've been thinking about getting hypnotized to get not as scared of spiders as I am, because it is bad. Like I have
hold tarantula. Hold a tarantula. When we get a morning show, we'll do that. We'll have you hold a tarantula.
I don't think
the zoo people come in. It'll be hilarious because you'll scream and run away.
You're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to breathe on a spider?
You're not supposed to breathe on a tarantula.
Why?
They'll bite you because they're scared of breath.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense. This is the most scary thing in the world. And
when you watch Jimmy, no. What his the son of
Bindi and
what's his son's name?
Not Ashton, is it?
No.
Jack? Is it Jack? No, that's Bindi's son, right? The hell is his name?
Oh my god! But he's now in his early 20s. He's old now.
That's crazy.
But you know who I'm talking. The alligator guy's son.
Yeah, the crocodile hunter's son. Yeah.
Alligator. But you know what I'm saying. So he went on Jimmy Fallon and he was bringing out all these animals to try to get Kevin Hart to hold one.
Right.
And it was Jimmy Fallon's birthday, and Jimmy Fallon held a tarantula, and the kid goes, "Just don't breathe on him because he's scared of breath." So that's the only thing you need to worry about is. And so Jimmy Fallon's like.
Yeah, my head wouldn't be anywhere near because that's the exact moment I sneeze and all of a sudden there's a spider in my face.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. I will do a lot of things. I've had a snake as a pet. I've had a lot of different animals as pets. I will not do a tarantula. You can't make me. Billie Eilish has a blue one. Good for you.
We are doing the tarantula.
Harrison Ford.
Spider.
Spider species.
Ant not as cool. Spider, snake, super cool.
Oh, ants are just annoying. Not gonna lie.
Completely agree.
Oh, yeah. Let me just show you because I can't say it. Not that I can't. I just don't know how.
I'm gonna nail this. Here we go.
Theodule
Harrison 40? Harrison 40.
Harrison 40. And then the Calponia.
Yeah, Calponia makes sense to me. Harrison 40. What's with the eye at the end? That thing looks terrifying.
Harrison 40. This thing, where are the eyes? Also, if that thing has 8 legs, get the hell away from me. This head is huge.
That's the spider? That looks like an ant, right? What's the other?
This is a spider.
Ooh, pass. That's terrifying.
These are both spiders.
That's a big nope. That is an absolute nope. How terrifying is this snake? That's wow. Okay, Harrison Ford's animals are absolutely terrifying.
I can't breathe. Oh my god. Okay. Wow, that took the breath out of me. That thing looks terrifying.
Is now a good time to mention we're supposed to go to Australia in February?
Good luck. Ain't no fucking way, dude. Nope. I've seen too many videos. I'm gonna send you
so many pictures.
I've seen so many pictures where there's the big ass spider on the wall and it attacks the cameraman. Ain't no way.
I'm sending you so many pictures. It's gonna be
itchy. Oh, say that.
Tacky Minodeus Harrison 40. Tacky Minodeus Harrison 40.
Sounds like you're a 4-year-old trying to say like Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Why is there an eye at the end of Harrison Ford? Why?
Harrison Ford. Oh my god.
It's like a chance, like a sort of a okay, it's a snake. Yeah, it's doesn't look any eviler than other snakes, but it's a snake.
I don't like it.
My biggest problem is that snake. You're walking. Where was it? Argentina? Is that where it was? Wherever it was, Argentina, Brazil, somewhere in South America. You're walking. You're not seeing that snake. He's in the ground. You're not seeing him.
I think that's the whole point, right?
Last time I checked, snakes don't like being stepped on.
Does he have a rattle? Is he poisonous? He's yellow, so maybe
you can see the end of his tail there, right? So no rattle, I don't think. Bright colors usually in nature mean poison, but he's more black than yellow, so I'm gonna guess he's not poisonous because that'd be his camouflage. Would be my guess.
I don't think he would tickle though if he bit you. Look at this. This is his skin, I think, right?
Homeboy was sunbathing, so he was confident that no one was gonna bother him when they found him. Apparently,
I can't get over that spider. I have a stomach ache.
That was terrifying.
That was awful. I took my breath away.
All right, so Harrison Ford spider, big nope.
One of them. Well, the other one, like the head's just really big, and I think he just has like a receding hairline. The other one though. Oh.
Well, if he has a receding hairline, that means that other one, it's feisty regardless. It's not happy about that.
Would you be?
No, that's what I'm saying. He's going to be very angry. And I don't find bugs to be very chill to begin with.
Okay, so now I have a couple more stories, but I'm only going to go over one so that we can actually get to think fast because I have a stomach ache now, and I think my body's having a negative reaction. So this one is.
These caramels are going to hit the spot. I'm telling you.
Oh, it tastes so bad. I forget how bad it tastes. Okay.
Not enjoyable to watch either. Just so we're clear.
Not for you, but I feel like for everybody else it is. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. Okay. So Dolly Parton does a cover with Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr for Let It Be. Now, Let It Be is like the most emotional song on the planet. Like, there are a lot of emotional songs out there, but like when somebody is like, except for the Heart of an Angel that you play on the TV for like the
the Sarah McLachlan commercials.
Yeah. Except for that song. Maybe that one takes the cake, but this one's a close second. When you think of what should I do for an emotional song to get people in the feels, this is a song you go to, and it's really like
You're laughing. That doesn't seem very emotional.
I laugh and I'm uncomfortable.
Oh, okay. So it's bad.
No, it's a good song, but I'm gonna listen to it with you. Okay. I'm laughing because I have snot coming out of my nose because of how I was
Harrison 40
crying.
Just working in the back of your brain there. You're gonna think Harrison 40 later and lose it. Then you're gonna remember that spider and you're gonna scream.
Please don't say Harrison 40 ever again.
Harrison 40.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna skip this ad because no thank you.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me.
It's Dolly Parton. Like I'm just hearing working 9 to 5. That's all I can hear in my head. It's still the same.
It's supposed to be emotional, AJ.
I know, but I can't hear. Oh, keep going. Play some.
Let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me.
Just
speaking words of wisdom. Let it be.
Dolly Parton. I'm going to be very clear here. Dolly Parton is a national treasure.
Oh, she is fantastic. She's one of the
wonderful woman.
Love to meet. Yes.
This song is not conveying emotion to me.
I'm sorry.
Just not feeling
it. She had me. Yeah. She did. And then Paul McCartney came in there. They had me until she whispered in my ear. She whispered in my ear, and I was like, "Nope." I'm sorry.
Amazing.
Let's replay that. Let's relive that.
Let's hit it again.
Yeah? Let's relive this moment.
Darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be.
Oh, great.
I don't even care about the rest of the song.
No, it's just I'm not feeling it. It's just not conveying the.
I think it's a good song. I think she'd be. I bet the song is phenomenal with her doing the cover with them. I'm sure it's phenomenal. Don't whisper in my ear.
You get your headphones on the first time and just let it be.
Let it be. No, thank you.
Oh, no, thank you, Dolly Parton.
No, I love you, Dolly
shiver
Parton.
Down my spine.
I would love to meet you one
Again,
day. But
national treasure. One of the genuinely sweetest people I believe that exists on this planet. Not feeling it.
No. What I am feeling is Think Fast, though. Kind of. I have a stomach ache, though, so...
Oh, boy.
This is going to be interesting.
Oh, boy. Okay, let me get my timer.
I forgot how to play.
Radio. Stop commenting. No, please don't stop commenting on my socials, but just for the time being, don't stop.
I'm sorry?
Not you. Okay. Do you want to guess first or give the category first?
I have a cramp in my rib. What the hell?
You may be dying. Like, that may be what we're witnessing now. That's what makes the Harrison 40 animals so deadly. They actually don't need to be in the same room with you, and they'll still get you.
I had sun poisoning. That wasn't fun. Okay.
Dude, I mean, that conference, COVID, Texas sun, it was murder.
It was brutal. It was brutal. I
rough.
also forgot to put the sun lotion on my chest, which is the only part of me that is actually peeling. Too much information. But anyway. I'll guess first.
Okay. So your category is childhood games. And I don't want to tell you what the inspiration for this is because I don't want to take an answer off the board for you. But think like childhood, backyard, neighborhood kids. I was having a discussion recently. I think it's on my Instagram actually still right now on my TikTok. What is something from your childhood that you wish the younger generation had? And without trying to bash on younger generations, because as a millennial, I get it all the time. Just legitimately, one of the things I miss is just being told, go out in the neighborhood, don't come until the lights turn on the street.
So you don't mean like a board game?
No. Like actual, like you're getting together with a bunch of kids in the neighborhood and you're going to play blank five games, 5 childhood games in 30 seconds. That's the topic. You got this, right?
I'll try.
You hung out with neighborhood kids. You got it. All right, ready?
I was boring until I was in like 7th grade. All right.
Here we go.
I'll tell the story after.
Please do. I want to hear it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hopscotch, double dutch. There's so many jump rope games, but jump rope, like
Sure.
I can't even think of any of the names. But those, Foursquare and tetherball.
I will accept all those. The one that came to mind for me. So when neighborhood kids got together, we played kickball, and then dodgeball was the other one that not so much neighborhood games.
In the neighborhood, I was like.
Not so much in the neighborhood, but when I was in college, we legitimately, a friend of ours worked for a church. He got us to you're making faces at Kira.
Wait until I tell you my story.
So a friend of mine worked for a church, and we had one night a week, and it was Tuesdays. And we started out, there was like 10 of us would show up, and we would use the church because they had a gym. And we would use the church dodgeballs, and we would play dodgeball. 20-year-old guys just absolutely wailing on each other. By the time it ended, because we got to the summer and he couldn't use it anymore, and then it kind of fell out. We just didn't get back to it. There was like 30 to 40 of us that would show up on a weekly basis to play dodgeball. And whenever I went back for my friend's wedding and all of us were in that, and there's not a time that we get together that somebody doesn't go, man, I missed dodgeball. I miss dodgeball so much. Like, that's what it meant to everybody.
Aww.
So that was the inspiration behind the question, but you were boring until 7th grade. Why?
Well, so maybe earlier. No, maybe 7th grade. So even 9th grade, I was kind of meh too. So I have a couple stories. First of all, I was bullied in elementary school. That was my time of being bullied. So my mom wouldn't let me wear jeans. So unless I wore a dress, the girls in my class would make fun of me because if I wore shorts, they were like the baggy khaki shorts. So they would be like, you're not girly enough. And I would get bullied relentless. There was somebody, oh my God, I don't know if I can tell this. There was one girl in, I think, like 4th grade. 4th grade was my favorite year of elementary school, by the way. But during 4th grade, this mean girl came up to me and told me that, I don't know if I can say this.
You're among friends. It's okay.
she told me that one day she was talking about like going through puberty, right? And like, you know what happens when girls go through puberty. She said one day I would wake up and bleed to death.
Jesus Christ. That's terrifying. I
was 9, but like, imagine how I felt.
Yes, I'm saying it's terrifying.
Like, I went home and I was I'm a mom's girl, right? Like, I went home and I was like, Mom, this girl, I won't say her name, but this girl told me.
So.
Yeah, this girl told me, oh my gosh, that I'm gonna wake up one day and she's like, no. It's okay, no. But this person was so ridiculous. Known. There were two people in particular that bullied me so bad in elementary school, and then one of them, the person that made fun of me when I didn't like wear jeans or like didn't wear something that like she liked and like blah blah blah, that like was popular, that like made me popular. I saw her in like, I don't know, 10th grade, 9th grade. I was in Girl Scouts and I was with my troop at a public pool, and she was there with her family. And I hadn't seen her since 5th grade. And she was like, she's with her little sister, and she's like, oh my gosh, hi Kira. And I'm like,
oh my God, yes.
I'm like, hi.
How it goes every time.
Because her face didn't change, right? I'm like, hi. She goes, how are you? Like, how's life? Well, I'm like, good. And like, she like, as soon as she sees my face, because I'm literally like, good. And she's like, that's good. I'm like, how are you? And like, she totally got the message, but she was just like, oh, I'm good. Nice to see you. And then she walked. I haven't seen her since, thank God. I mean,
yeah.
I genuinely don't even know or care what she's doing now, because she was brutal to me as an 8-year-old. Like, from 6 to 10, she was brutal to me.
I double checked. She's in jail. Karma did come full circle. So
maybe the other person might be, I don't know. But so in 9th grade, I was good in middle school. Middle school, I made friends. I was okay.
Cool.
I was awkward as hell, but I was okay.
Aren't we all?
In 9th grade, I ate lunch in the bathroom.
Oh, Kira, no.
Not every day. Sometimes, like, you know, I sat with some people, but like, there were days when I didn't know who to sit with, and I sat, like, some people like sat in the band room or like sat with other friends that I didn't know. And I was not this person, right? This person did not exist in the slightest. I was not talking. I was not like out of this shot. Nothing about this person existed. So I was shy and didn't want to hang out with people I didn't know. So I wouldn't even sit with them. So I sat in the bathroom instead and ate my lunch in a stall.
Honey, I'm going to give you a hug when I see you next time.
10th through 12th grade was great. I ate in the choir room. I had friends. It was great. And then we moved on past that. But
that's what it was for me too. Is that I was not at all popular. I was a super weird, awkward kid up until really my sophomore year in high school is kind of my coming out. But I was lucky enough that because of music, specifically band, I was in band middle school and high school, that I at least had friends that I spent time with. But I really didn't come into my own till my sophomore year, and then I over course corrected for my own personality, and that's a whole goddamn nightmare, and we don't need to get into that.
And now you are who you are today. Honestly, I didn't even start becoming the person I am today until I got into radio. And really, like, I mean, y'all know Sean pretty much like,
yeah, I think
took a hammer and chisel and was like, no, talk. Be normal.
It's funny because I think that my radio personality would be the course correction, which is basically my college years, late high school and college years, combined with the emotional trauma of what was my early childhood. And you put those together, and that's kind of how you get, I think, who I am on air. And then the older I get as a person outside of radio, I feel like I kind of settle into who I'm supposed to be in terms of patience is a big thing for me and stuff like that.
I think that I mean, as far as like, I don't know if you're different with a radio mic compared to like this type of like environment, but as far as like when you're on here and in person, you're pretty much the same person. Maybe a little bit more energy on here.
We're close.
No.
You
my God. So
every bit of me.
We were getting
access to me or whatever a not weird way and a touching way to say that is. Pretend I said that.
You could have stopped it like we were close.
I could have, but I didn't.
You didn't. You kept going. You made it weird.
Ran right through that one.
You made it really weird. It's a good thing that like Ashley loves me. So when we were out emo
this
night,
touching moment, and you have to do that.
Wait, shut up. So we were at emo night and we were getting drunk, right? And we were with like a group of people from MSDC, and it was so funny because it was really touching, but it was in a, like kind of in a funny way, sort of, because you were drinking, and I could tell that you had been drinking, and it was the first time that you said that we were close. You were like telling me
that's not true at all.
Yes, it is. But it was really touching because you said we were talking about something, and I was like, I said something like, "Oh, like why me?" or like something, and you were like, "Oh, because we're close. You're a part of my tribe," and I was like, "Oh."
Okay.
I don't remember what we were talking about. What were we talking about?
I don't know. That's the funny thing. So I want to make 3 things now clear. Now that I said I don't know what we're talking about, I was not drunk. I
said you were drinking.
I was drinking, but I was not drunk. So I want to make it clear. I did not get drunk.
I was getting drunk. You were drinking.
You are significantly smaller than I am, so that's we drink the same amount. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Regardless, not drunk.
I can hold my alcohol though pretty well. Anyway, continue.
I don't know. That's the first time because even that night we had gone because I went out to dinner with just Nick, so we really didn't drink together for that. So I have no idea. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't know.
I don't think I had a hangover any of MSBC this year, which is not what I could say about last year. So,
yes,
anyway.
I completely agree. I drank way less this year than any other year.
Yeah.
I don't remember what we were talking about, which to me is not the lack of importance, but because it was not, I don't want to say it's not a big deal because I don't want to crap on the moment, but to me, like it was not a big revelation for me. Like it was something that was already known, which is point 3 that I believe I've expressed that sentiment many times before.
Not in that way. You had never said before that we were close. And I would like to say for the record that I have said, "Hey, AJ, you're like one of my best friends." And you're like, "Thank you."
That is not at all. I'm pretty sure if I have not done so for sure, I've come close. I don't think there's a way for me to come to the bad guy besides going to the receipts, which I'm not going to do because that's a step too far.
I can go to the receipts. I will literally say, look at Ashley. I will literally say,
please do go to the receipts. I am very confident.
You are my best friends. I appreciate you, blah, blah, blah. And you'll say something sentimental back, but you'll start with, "Oh, thank you."
I did say thank you 3 times, which is now the new thing to do.
Yes, because of Riley Couture, you must say thank you, thank you in order to mean it because it is something that is sentimental. I
have said many great things about you.
You have said very sentimental things. That is not what I am saying at all. I am saying that when I call you one of my best friends, you say thank you. Hold on.
I feel like I'm going to come out. Use wrestling terms. I'm going to come out like a heel on this one because I actually feel like I'm very upfront with that with a lot of people that I do not invest my time into very many people.
Okay. So you did say like you mean a lot to me, to someone who's close by and someone that can relate to me on work stuff, and that is invaluable to me. And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." I said, "You're one of my best friends," and you sent hearts and look forward to seeing you.
That's one particular case.
Oh, should we go to the ones before? Okay. Let's go to the
I still at this point, I still feel confident that I'm not going to come out looking as bad as it sounds.
Look forward to
based on the responses.
You. That's so funny. I love that Ash is laughing too. Look, Ashley loves us both. I love you as well. I just think it's funny that it's kind of like when you tell, and not in the same obviously in the same aspect, but it's like when you tell somebody that you love them, you're like, "Thank you."
I return. No, it's not because I actually do say that back. tried to make very clear the level of importance that people have to me. That's why I said,
and like you're here, and to me, and like I'm like here, which is fine.
You know, you scrolled past. There's a different receipt that is much sooner than that I made sure to specifically send when I got on the plane flying to Salt Lake.
Did I not read it? It's very possible.
I think I sent it one before I got on the plane.
Okay. Either way, anytime before that, it was a thank you or a look forward to seeing you or a black heart or something. Yes, very true. Very true. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
I have moved tear to tears via text before.
Not saying you haven't. I'm just saying that when I put a label on it, you're like, thank you. Back it up.
All right, you are one of my best friends.
Hey, what?
You're probably, in all honesty, my best radio friend. I love Sean, Nick specifically enough, but I just don't. I'm really bad. The true testament, and not even in labels to it, is the fact that you and I talk pretty much on a regular basis. Because like we both know Sean, we both love Sean. Nick was one of the first people that I befriended that was not someone that I actually worked with in radio, and I love them both to death, and I don't talk to them on a regular basis all the time. That's the last conversation I had with Nick at boot camp, which was also the first conversation I had with him at boot camp this year. Hey man, I always mean to text you more. I'm sorry, I'm bad at this. And his response is, I get it, I'm bad at it too, yada yada yada. That would be the truest testament to our level of friendship.
He's okay. He's gotten better, but he is not great at responding, which is understandable. They have a kid, but
yes, right. And I don't hold anything against him. It's to me a tip of the cap professionally and as adults. Like we just have stuff going on. It happens. Yeah. But you and I communicate pretty much every day.
Well, yeah, but I make it known that if you don't respond to me, like I will go to Ashley and be like, listen, if he's not dead, I'm gonna kill him.
That's not very nice.
It's okay. All right, so my turn.
All that sentiment, whoosh, right there. I will murder him. Okay, yes, mine. We're only one into these.
It like that. Jesus Christ!
It was there. We saw the. We saw the.
We need to get back on track. Shut up. Me and get back on track. Shut up. Nobody cares. Okay, everybody lost interest like 20 minutes ago.
In our best minute, in our best friend soliloquy, best friend off.
All right, here we go. White Claw flavors, but I'm gonna have a list that you have to go off of. Okay. All right, I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12, okay.
So if you can name 5 of these 12, and go.
Black cherry, raspberry, grape, orange, green apple, lime, lemon, blood cherry, watermelon.
All right, you got it with watermelon.
Just fruit flavors.
I was
blueberry.
Like, some of them, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't drink White Claw. I'm just gonna pick random fruits and assume that at some point.
You said blood cherry. It's blood orange.
Right. Yes, it is. Which is a delicious flavor, by the way.
It's very good. Also, did you know they make a blueberry Truly? It's delicious. I didn't know they made it until I went to boot camp.
I don't like. I don't do what are those called? What's the name of the drink as a whole?
Which one? Seltzers?
Yeah, I don't do seltzers.
I love seltzers. Oh, this is so itchy. I love seltzers. Thank you, ADB, for 9 months. We have a Twitch baby. Thank you so much, ADB. I appreciate you. I was like, blood cherry. He meant blood orange.
Look, I'm inventing flavors here. Get on board. Or if you want to evolve, evolve. If not, you're going to be left behind in the flavor dust.
Well, speaking of flavor dust, are we doing the mustard?
I got 5.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
What is this? That doesn't seem very best friendly to me. I got to be honest.
Anyway. Somebody needs to just do it just because.
We're 1 in. Well, if we get through all 3, then yeah, we'll figure something out.
All right.
Okay, so would like to clarify this next one as well to explain. So I, much like boot camp, as we talked about, you got sun poisoning. Did you actually get sick or just sun poisoning? Like,
oh, I got like flu symptoms. I thought I had
flu,
COVID,
okay.
and like I had 2 things that were negative, and I was like,
Took a
"What
test
is it?"
too.
My mom's like,
Ridiculous.
my chest is like, I can't show you everything, but like that's
Yeah, you got there's a defined outline there.
there's you go lower and it's just
Well,
red.
the crazy thing, real quick, getting sidetracked here, but on the subject of that, I have never. So I heard the story of someone getting 3rd-degree burns. Which did you get to hear that story? Ted told it to me, but I'd actually heard it earlier in boot camp. So we were in Texas for our conference. If we didn't make that, I don't know if we said that earlier. We're in Texas, and so the last day out, which Kira's talking about, we were out at the pool, and you could not stand on anything that was not the pool. Like it would burn your feet.
Hot.
So someone had told me a story earlier in boot camp in Houston. It was in Houston. They had a remote, a live appearance out at was a water park, and someone was running around throughout the day. I don't think anything more, like wasn't standing longer than crazy, just kind of transporting themselves around during the live event because someone they're married to was working, and 3rd-degree burns on their feet, and ended up getting gangrene. Had to have them amputated. And I was like, oh my, this is a terrible story. And then we went out to the pool because the only other time I had been in the pool was in the middle of the night. It was awesome. It was so nice in the middle of the night. But we went out and it was the afternoon because I was flying out and a bunch of other people were flying out that day. So we just had time to kill. You couldn't stand. It was miserable.
You had to wear shoes if you were not in the pool. Like from the chair, like there was like maybe this much space from the chair to the pool, and you had to wear shoes from here to there. Like there was no like running. You couldn't even run.
No, it was
like
awful.
It was like walking on a stove.
You told me because one of our friends got COVID, and I texted him the next day or maybe 2 days later, I think is what it was, to see how he was. And I told him, I was like, I still feel like they're fine, but I felt the burn like into the next day. And I was like, good Lord.
It was awful.
It's
so
terrible.
I burned the bottoms of my feet because of that not 3rd-degree burns, thank God, but they were red. The tops of my feet were sunburnt. My legs were sunburnt.
You got roasted.
I had my arms were sunburnt. This tan line. Well, it was a burn line at the time. Shoulders, everything. My face kind of had it. My nose still kind of has it. But like, from my scalp was burnt from head to literally toe. I was sunburned except for where my bathing suit was, and I had sunscreen on. But I was so burnt that I got sun poisoning. And my mom is the one that actually was like, if you got that burnt, I'm pretty sure it's sun poisoning. And I drank water and did all the things, did the aloe, did everything, and now I'm good.
Good. I'm glad you're doing better. So we sidetracked the story because my topic is, so I got sick. I took a COVID test. I got a negative. I think I had a sinus infection. But we got to the point where we were out. So Ashley was nice enough to run to grab some medicine for me. And so I generally don't go to the hospital unless my rule of thumb is if I'm going to call out of work sick 2 days, I'm now going to go to the hospital. 1 day, and I think I can manage it, we're good. So my question is, medicines that you would have in your medicine cabinet, 5 of them.
Now, is this including like creams and stuff, or is this just like pills?
I'm thinking, illness medicine, like pills. Because I am normally a very specific one that you and I actually talked about when we were talking about being sick. That is usually my go-to for pretty much everything. But I bought some different stuff this time because I had a sinus infection.
I can do this.
You got this. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Sudafed, Benadryl, Advil, Aleve, ibuprofen.
That's 5. I had Sudafed and Mucinex because I had a sinus infection, but normally I just Dayquil, NyQuil. That's all I normally do.
Oh, Dayquil and NyQuil. So fun fact, Dayquil and NyQuil are my go-tos now for when I'm sick like that. That's what I start with now.
Yes.
But Sudafed is for like maintenance, like everyday maintenance. If I have like a drip, like
okay,
drip,
yeah, all right. I get it.
If I'm not sick, but I have like that drip, that's what I use. But I didn't start taking, oh my God, I'm so itchy. I didn't put lotion on. Oh my gosh. I didn't start taking ibuprofen and Tylenol until I was older. Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking itchy.
I don't think you're gonna make it through the rest of the thing fast.
I have to go put lotion on my chest. Hold on a second. Can you hold down the fort, please? Yeah, the honey one is actually tastes a lot better. I have to. I'm so itchy.
This is a first. We come back for this, and Kira can't hang. Kira can't hang. Oh my gosh, this is nuts. I don't know the pool thing. Just to go back to that to try and entertain the room, it was just nuts to me because of course, like anybody's been out on hot pavement, right? Or your son, you left your car out in the sun, and that is you touch the steering wheel, you sit on the seats, it's miserable. That is by far the worst that I've ever experienced, and I think it was more of a shock for me because I had been out to the pool area, like I said, like sundown, because of course it was a hotel, so the pool closes, and it was awesome. And then to go out there and like we go get they had a bathroom right nearby. So me and Ted, the guy that we're hanging out with, Kira originally, and some other people joined, we beat her up there. So we went in and we changed. And so, of course, you take your shoes off, you gather everything up, you got your swim trunks on, and then you're like, oh my gosh, my feet are falling off, and just jumping into the water. That's a first.
Oh my god, that was so bad. Like,
you can't hang. The first awkward business returns, and you can't hang.
It was so itchy. I don't know why I'm holding my chest. There's nothing to hold, but like it's so sunburned that it's peeling. So now never mind.
Is this the worst you've been sunburned before?
Yeah. Well, because I've been sunburned, I think, worse in one place.
One plate, got it, yeah.
But this is, I think, the worst I've ever been burnt, period, because I was burnt from scalp to bottom of feet, everything in between. And then I had sun poisoning. I had never had sun poisoning before. So I think this is the worst.
No, that tracks.
So I got the honey version of this, and it tastes better, much better than regular NyQuil. But I have to still have my mom count me down. I'm like a 5-year-old.
I think the liquid is faster. We have moved to the gel caps.
Those are much better. DayQuil, I have those too. Very good, unless you want to coat your throat. If you want to coat your throat,
right? Yeah, no, that's a good.
So then I'm literally like, I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, I'm taking medicine, then I'm going to bed. I just need you for 3 seconds. She goes, all right, 3, 2, 1, down, data. I'm just like.
That's a fun fact that I don't think I will ever get tired of, that you still have to call your mom
to take medicine.
Interesting.
I don't need it. I don't need it for alcohol shots. Those are just.
That'd be a little bit. I mean, your mom's cool as hell, but that would be a little bit weird every time you're like, Mom, we're doing shots.
Mom, we're doing shots. Count me down.
You get one too. Hold on. My mom's getting one too. Wait.
I think it'd be really funny for allergic to alcohol. Fun fact. But like, I think it'd be really funny for a video to call her and be like, shot. Mom, count me down.
That'd be a hell of a FaceTime from boot camp. That'd be a good time. I gotta be honest.
It'd be hilarious, honestly.
In the bar, though, not at any of those parties. We're like, hey, can we fit 100 people into this closet? I think we can. Let's do it.
That's exactly what happened at the after party. That's exactly what happened. Also, the pre-party.
The Hubbard one was. I didn't feel like it was as crowded. It was just loud.
The after party.
Yeah.
The after party was.
That one
was fun, but like very crowded.
Not to mention too, that place. I don't know if you paid attention. I did, because I almost ate shit on the way out. Like, that was a fancy restaurant.
Was bougie. I honestly just wanted to sit down and eat. I would rather prefer that. Because I didn't notice so much on the way in, but on the way out, like, there were people decked to the nines, and I almost tripped and fell in front of all of them. Wait, like somebody that you dated, Ashley? Listen, so fun fact, we learned a lot about the guys that she dated before AJ on the way to a concert, and
it's questionable. I know. It's questionable.
Listen, Ashley, I love you dearly. never. I hope that you and AJ are together forever because. That's all I'm gonna say.
Kira and Gritty are they're making sure that you don't have to date.
I'm okay. Listen, I love Gritty, but not like that.
I don't know that that's
There's
true.
a person in that costume. I'm aware. Like, I know the magic. I just don't care in the moment.
And cried immensely.
I did. I don't think that that's a proud fact that you should be using, Ashley.
I think that's more so the case where we're happy that's the case, but then like you're like this close to showing up in a documentary and like you're the key witness that they build the whole time and you tell the story and then
she's telling these stories of like these first dates she's been on. I'm like, Ashley, why would you say yes? Why would you go?
Yes, no, you're correct. Look, you're not going to get a disagreement from me.
I'm so glad that was what was your guys' first? Really quick, because we're taking forever for this damn game. What was your guys' first?
She came over to my apartment. We made root beer floats and just had a night of conversation. It was really simple.
That's cute.
Yeah. So root beer floats holds a special place. And they're a delicious drink, obviously, but always doing very E's tough.
Always
extremely not.
You're terrible at this.
Yeah, you made it further than I did. What was yours?
Always doing very.
Yeah, I'm the worst one.
Endurance, nutritional.
What?
Nutritional types. Understanding. Red rum. No, I don't know.
Lost some steam there at the end.
Understanding rigorous endings.
I don't like the way that ended. It's questionable.
Rigorous ending.
I don't like that. I feel like you're back on your honeymoon thing again.
Rigorous ending.
Risky enterprises. That's good.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
End.
Okay, wait. So Ashley does very adventurous. No, that's A.
Exponentially.
Not.
No, not.
It's non-torturous. Non-torturous.
Underrated risky enterprises.
There we go. Somebody clip that because I will not remember it. I was saying the word adventure. I'm sorry. I don't care.
That was clearly an acronym. It was not the word adventure.
I don't know what you're talking about. Who's next?
I think it's me, the second one. You've done 2. I think I've done 1.
Ready?
Yes.
Your thing is Disneyland lands. Now, you may think there's like 4, but there's actually, I will take 9.
So, to be clear, is this including like the campus down in Florida has like several other parts that encompass the whole park, or it's just that is one?
Well, Disneyland is not as big as Disney World.
Right.
So it's going to be
in Florida, right? Or no?
Right. It's not Disney World. Disneyland has 9 lands.
Oh,
not all of them have the word land in them, but it has
dude.
9 lands.
I think I need a concussion, bro.
What in the hell?
Joe's comment. That's fair.
I think that we were prior to that, and that's why we were. I think we were dropped as kids.
Look, good storytelling's good storytelling. I was locked in. Okay,
my nose is draining so fucking much.
In Disneyland, there are 9 lands that compose Disneyland. Is that what it is?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yes, like you go into Disneyland and you can go to these 9 places. You name 5.
I'm not going to get this. All right, let's do it.
You should be able to name 4 off the bat.
I'm not going to get it. Let's do it.
Ready?
There's a... Let's do it!
Go.
Pixar Land, Toy Story Land, Beauty and the Beast World, I already said that. Universal Studios, Harry Potter Land.
This is what
what other? Disneyland. Huh?
Disneyland, not Disney World.
I've never been to Disneyland. Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin Land, 2D Land, Pixar,
No.
Adventureland.
Actually, Adventureland is 1, but no.
1 out of 5.
Even if I gave you that, you didn't get it.
I told you weren't gonna get it. I told you I wasn't gonna get
There's
it.
a Jesus Christ Land.
That was my official first answer.
Joe said she used Google. I don't even know if that would help him.
No, you know what? I
do the mustard.
Respect the game. Yeah, I gotta open it. Respect the game too much to cheat.
So the 9 are Adventureland, Fantasyland, Frontierland, Main Street USA, Tomorrowland, Star Wars,
not fucking say Star
Wars, Orland
Wars.
Square, Mickey's Toontown, and they say Critter Country. I don't know if that's what it's called anymore. I think it has a different name now.
Yeah, I would have never gotten any of those. Star Wars, maybe that's what I was going for, but for some reason, even though I thought about it when I asked the question at the beginning, nope, said Harry Potter. Which I'm pretty sure is Universal Studios, which is not Disney, right?
Not even Disney.
Hell yeah, way to go, me. I told you I wasn't going to get it.
Caroland, I would have even given you a free one. All right, so you're using just to tell everybody what it is.
Oh, okay, so this is, I don't know if you can read the label, probably not.
It's mustard.
It's a curry mustard.
Whole grain mustard, but you're using a kid-sized spoon. Oh, that looks disgusting. I hope it at least tastes somewhat decent.
It's not like curry.
Well, it's curry mustard, so I would hope so.
Wow, that's actually really good. I expected that to be a punishment, but that was actually super good.
By itself?
Yeah. That is lovely.
I want to make chicken
I did one before, way back before we stopped, because we went to Dijon, where they make Dijon mustard. So we got a bunch of small ones like that. And I did one before, and it was, talking about clearing out the sinuses. That was lovely. I enjoyed that.
We should make a chicken curry.
I'm in. We just bought a bunch of spices. I'm ready for it. We have a bunch of curry spices.
You live 8 hours away. We need to plan that better, but yes.
We'll sort it out.
Oh, well, so fun fact, I was supposed to be up there this weekend, and that did not happen because we were both deathly ill this last week.
Yeah,
so,
we did not go to the show last night, surprisingly.
Did not happen.
It also torrentially downpoured here yesterday in the evening. So I think the show went on because it was in Portland, and it was inside, but it was not a fun place to be driving yesterday.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay. My turn. My last one, I think, right?
Yes. So this, just quick backstory. Ashley and I disagree all the time on what the best kinds of Skittles are. So, to be clear, this is not the flavors like lime, cherry, that. It's the actual types, like the color of the bags. Right?
What if I don't know the names?
Well, then you're shit out of luck and you're not going to get it correct.
Can I just say some of the flavors that are in the bag?
No, I don't think that's going to do it.
God, fuck. Okay.
There are so many types. I'm on the Skittles website, by the way. They do not have all of them listed because I've seen more in the wild.
Google a list. Google a list.
I figured the Skittles website was the best place to go.
My chest is so freaking itchy. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying not to think about that.
Types of Skittles. Bags, right? There's the red bag, the purple bag, yada, yada, yada.
I'm going to try. I'm ready.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Sour Skittles, the original, tropical. Did I say sour?
Yeah.
Wild. They have the wild berry with the I think, and then they have the new mustard Skittles that are the release only for a couple days. You can get them in 3 locations. We did a story on it on our show.
I don't see that one, but I'm going to believe you told me with such conviction. I'm going to believe it. Well done. She loves the tropical. I love Wildberry. Original's great, but I love the Wildberry.
I can't have either of them anymore because the Wildberry has a melon flavor in it, and then the tropical has banana.
And adding to that, if you eat enough of the sour Skittles, they absolutely destroy the inside of your mouth.
Those are my favorite. I absolutely
They are awesome.
They are fantastic.
Destroy the inside of your mouth. Anybody, have you ever seen the movie? What's the one with Melissa McCarthy? It's Spy, I think is what it's called, with Jason Statham and Melissa McCarthy. Have you seen that one? There's a scene where the guy that plays Gabe from The Office has to ingest poison and his throat literally melts out. Like, that's what happens if you eat enough of them.
So, for me, my tongue goes numb.
You get mine, it like eats the sides away my tongue. So instead of being like a round shape, it looks like an arrowhead.
You look like a lizard?
No, it doesn't get forked in the middle. The outside, it looks like an arrowhead.
Yeah, I did that really well.
Yeah, you look like the Technolysis Harrison 40.
Trying to be a reptile.
Nailed it.
I look more like the goat. No, when you look up silly GIF or GIF, however the hell you say it, I don't even know how you say it anymore. Just say both. GIF. When you look up that, the goat's literally going.
Would you want to be a meme? Would it be a compliment or
depending
a negative?
On what it is.
No, that's fair.
Yes, but depending on what it is.
I think I would almost accept anything.
If it's me puking, I would accept me puking too. Like, I think I'd accept that. There's enough footage on the internet of me puking that I think it would be.
Pass.
Yeah, I've eaten enough hot dogs on camera. Sean's made me eat enough hot dogs that I would, yeah. Ouchie. Yes. All right, your last one, I think, right?
See.
Yeah. All right. Oh, I just saw your note on this. Oh, we should do... I forgot about this. Okay, so we're doing a friend quiz next week.
Awesome.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Teaser.
Yeah, I was not ready for that this week. We'll do a friend quiz next week because we just argued about how.
Yeah, it's a continuation of you shitting on me, not saying that you're important to me.
I never said that. I said when I
was
said.
Implied.
I didn't say that though. It was not what I meant. All right. Anyway, your last one is presidents of the U.S. You have 46 of them. You need to name 5.
Done.
Ready?
Yes.
I'm not. All right, and go.
George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, John Quincy Adams. What's Monroe? John Monroe? Is that his last name? Whatever. Abraham Lincoln. John Quincy Adams is the 4th president of the United States.
The 4th? Is he?
Yes.
I thought he was the 6th.
Whatever. He's John Adams' son, and he was a president.
That's fine. I mean, you got it. I'm giving it to you. He was I think he's the 6th. Because James Madison was the 4th.
Oh, okay, fine, whatever. Henry Harrison.
I'm at whitehouse.gov, and James Madison's the 4th. James Monroe's the 5th. John Quincy Adams the 6th. Andrew Jackson's the 7th.
Did you ever have to learn that when you were in high school?
No, you want to know a story? So, like, I have trauma. My mom, so... I love my mom. Yeah. My mom's a fantastic mom. I love her so much. She's a great mom, and she was a great single mom doing the hardest job on the planet. However, I didn't like to read for pleasure at all because I would go to school and read the books that they had us read. And then my mom, when I got home, she would be like, read this book, and then I'm going to quiz you.
Oh, boy.
So knowing that she was going to quiz me, of course I didn't want to read it. So there was a president's and a first lady's book that were like, the president's book was like this thick.
Jesus.
There were 44 presidents, like their stories and all the facts known to man about them in this damn book, right? Obviously, I skimmed it. I thought that would be enough. I thought I had Sparks notes, right? Didn't pass her quiz, right? Hated reading.
What's Thomas Jefferson's shoe size?
Right. I hated it. And I honestly, like, now, when I grew up, I became a huge history buff, right? Like, I love certain parts of history and learning. I love learning about certain parts of history, right?
Yeah.
But there's just something about, like, I don't know if it's a don't tell me what to do type thing, but I think it's more of a, if I'm doing this already and I'm doing, like, eventually that's going to get, like, my love for it not going to exist. Like, I'm not going to want to read at all. And I don't read as much as I probably should or want to.
One of my big things that I wish I did more of too. My brother's so dedicated to leisurely reading, and I occasionally get into good spurts where I'll read stuff, but I'm so bad about it.
Oh, it's awful. Exactly. You do it at school, you don't want to do that at home. The reading part, making me read, absolutely, sure. The quizzing me to make sure I read is the thing that didn't make me want to, because I knew that was coming.
Yeah, because it sounds like you didn't, even when you passed the quiz, get a Pizza Hut personal pan pizza, which everyone knows is the standard reward for reading books.
I'm sorry. Why did that go into, like, corporate America too, where it's like, oh my God, everybody's getting a pizza party instead of, like, a raise or something?
Because it was preparing you for adult life, where you're like, hey, can I have some more money? And they said, pizza party. I got to tell you a good story about this. So what was the sound? I cannot remember the trending sound on TikTok, but there was one where the whole notion was the sound was applicable across the board, but a lot of people made fun of work stuff with the trending sound, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. So I made a couple at work, and one of them was, can I get more money? No, here's a pizza party. And that was what set the sound to. The next week at work, we had a meeting it was with our sports broadcasters, and we were going to go over for the next upcoming year things that we wanted to see change, things we could do better. And then one of the topics that, of course, came up is people are like, we'd like to make more money. And they said no, and we had pizza at this get together. Well, turns out that week, one of the management saw my video because I put it on my social media because it was funny. And I got a whole sit down talking to, because I, of course, was making fun of. I had to defend myself because they thought I was shitting on the company.
How dare you? How dare you stand up for what's right?
I know. They only got there were six teams. There were 6 broadcast teams of 2 people apiece. That's 12, and there was one management that was the head of that, and then one other guy that was sort of his consultant. So there's 14 people that sat in that meeting, and we split 3 pizzas. That's ridiculous.
I want pizza now.
It is delicious. I tell you what, that Papa John's one with the garlic on the crust, which is not that. That's not going to be that. That's not going to be enjoyable at all.
You ate the mustard, which was delicious.
It was very lovely. I was actually very surprised.
I don't have a third one, which would be lovely. I have stale pretzels and stale caramel.
Oh, the one I was going to do, because I actually had wrestling on here originally, and then I took it off, is one of my categories for you, was I was going to make you name your wrestling Mount Rushmore. Which is borderline lovely, but also not, because how the hell do you pick 4?
CM Punk, The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Because I cried when he left, and he got that, like, I don't know, what was it, 10-minute, 20-minute standing ovation? I cried my eyes out.
This is so tough, because the other part of it is what do you
Natalie.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, Natalia. Well, here's the thing, is that I think that, because that means the top 4, right? So
yeah,
Natalia, CM Punk, Undertaker. The problem is that a lot of them are men, and I think that it needs to be 2 females, 2 males. So I think.
You could do your male. You could do your male and women's Mount Rushmore. I mean, that's 8, but
I think if we were going to do top 4, it would be CM Punk, Undertaker, Natalia, and I'm gonna say Brie Bella.
Interesting. You actually cruised with no challenge. See, because the thing that gets
one's hard because I have so many of them.
Yeah, see, that's what gets tough about it is because one is what is your historical context? Because for me, before really the 80s, I was born in 89, obviously. I've seen some stuff, but like Classy Freddie Blassie and stuff like that, who are some of those ones that Pat Patterson and stuff like that. I just don't have a reference to say they're on the Mount Rushmore. The Attitude Era is a fond era for, you don't look like you're going to vomit, so maybe they got better with age.
I think these used to be awful, and it's very stale. I'm definitely going to spit it out still because it's sticking to my teeth, but it doesn't taste terrible.
That's good news. So it wasn't as bad. Mm-hmm. But anyway, let's finish. The Attitude Era is a fond area, so I have a fond memory of that and that's such a tough area to like really have emotional attachment to because Undertaker, Kane, Mankind, Triple H, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin. You could put almost any of those guys on there. And there's 7 that I just counted off. And you got to pick 4. That's not including Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Hulk Hogan. And then, of course, you get into the modern generation. I get it. He's not a great person. But as a wrestler, if that's what you're talking about, he's definitely in consideration, I feel like, for Mount Rushmore.
See, I put emotion before performance.
That's how, to each their own. How you define Mount Rushmore is how you define Mount Rushmore.
My mom's favorite is I think Macho Man.
Macho Man.
I think that's her favorite.
Ooh yeah.
Yeah. She has a bright yellow highlighter T-shirt with him and his big sunglasses.
Several Halloweens ago, my friend who loves wrestling, he has I don't think it's one of the like top end replica belts, but he has one of the WWE belts. It's not the high one that I'm sure is like $200-$300 or whatever, but he has a nicer one. And he always has a big beard. So he got a hat, he had a Macho Man shirt, and he went as Macho Man Randy Savage for Halloween. The reason this stands out, because I was quoting it when we got together for the wedding, is because he shot a video promo style because another guy went as Robin Hood, and the video's up close of his face, and he goes, when I see Robin Hood tonight, I'm going to rip him in half. And this whole wrestling shoot that I could never get out of my head because it's so funny, it's so stupid.
You're dumb. Did you know that he used to be a baseball player before getting into wrestling?
I only knew that now because I just watched his A&E thing. A&E's been doing those documentaries that are really good.
They have so many documentaries and like I almost want to say Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I almost want to say like reality shows, but they're not necessarily reality shows. They're more like documentaries in the style of reality TV on the WWE network. There's so many behind the scenes stuff.
We have Peacock. That's what we watch SummerSlam on. So we've been watching their content. There's tons of great stuff on there. We've been watching Stone Cold's podcast, which is awesome. What Joe said, A&E has great biographies. Vice has a tons of good stuff. It kind of in line, I think, with the serial killer vibe, because that's what they do. The Dark Side of the Ring that Vice does is outstanding. You got burnt.
I have a pimple coming in and I can feel it. Sorry.
Kira, what do you want the people to do? You're giving them up close looks of your pimples. You tried to flash everybody earlier. You're talking about honeymoons.
I was trying not to. That's the problem. It's like it's so itchy in like one specific spot, and I can't. Like, there's no way that I can like do anything about it on camera. No, I'm not. The problem, those things bother me.
Yes.
Like they show you videos of getting your wisdom teeth out too.
Oh no, pass.
Never watch them before your surgery.
When I had mine taken out, they're like, "Do you want to be knocked?" Yes. Don't even finish sentence. Knock me the f out. I do not want to be awake for this.
I don't want any of that. Like, cause you hear it. Like people who say that they just get laughing gas or something.
Nope.
They hear everything.
So I do not want to be awake for this.
Your dentist wouldn't knock you out? Isn't there like you have a right as a patient or something? I don't know.
Hard pass.
I have no idea about any of that. But that's unfortunate because I woke up and I had to go to a bank teller. Or no, I'm sorry. I had to go to the pharmacy to pick up my meds.
Right.
That I never ended up using. By the way, I never used the painkillers.
I don't think I did either.
There was just a lot of blood.
It wasn't the pain. It was you had to have that cotton all in your mouth and the gauze forever. That was the miserable part.
That's the problem. Well, I also couldn't eat with a fork because it was metal for a long time.
Right.
But I had when I went, my friend brought me to the pharmacy, and there was a bank inside the store that we went into, and I told one of the bank tellers that I loved him.
My brother's favorite story is that we went to the grocery store after mine, and I tried to buy like armfuls of pudding and Jell-O because, of course, it was the only thing I was allowed to eat for a while. And he was like, "No, you don't need 10 pounds of Jell-O and pudding. Like, you're not going to eat that much."
I mean, if that's all you're eating for 2 weeks.
I don't think it was 2. It was like a few days until it like obviously started to heal. But I was like, I need Jell-O and pudding.
You had to use like that little like thing to flush out your
right? Yep.
Out your gums. That thing is disgusting. By the way, trigger warning for anybody who doesn't want to talk about it. Can't because you have holes in your mouth. Oh,
yes. Yeah, because the where they took them out heals, and then your gums have to reform. So you get that little pipette that you got to clean out to make sure no food and junk doesn't get in there.
It's disgusting. So gross.
Yeah, it's not a good time.
It felt great. Like when you got the food out of there and you felt it, it was a great freeing feeling. But like when you think about it, it's the same reason I don't want to watch any of the videos of pimple popping or anything because I can't.
No, I'm with you.
I couldn't. My uncle brought his dog to get. She had a sty or something on her eye, and she had to get it removed by this doctor. But the doctor was like, "Oh, I'll just, this is just like a something or another," and it was leaking, so she had to like drain it essentially. I couldn't stand in there. I was faint. I was like gonna pass out.
No, pass. Hard pass.
I have a strong stomach. I don't have a weak. Oh, I couldn't stand in the room.
I'd pimple pop pass. Hard pass.
Ugh. I think that's where we ended.
On the vomiting.
So just my stomach. Oh my god, my chest itches so bad. I need to put more lotion on. Oh my god. Okay.
We better get out of here before the maturity rating goes up any further than it needs to.
I need to go put more lotion on, but oh my god. Okay, let's rate somebody. Oh my god. I don't know why does it itch so bad?
Because you're thinking about it.
Oh, I know. Okay, and it's also peeling, so it's not great.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Nate's on. We're gonna rate Nate, so we're gonna go to Bada Bing. I think I forgot how to do this. And rate channel. All right. So we're gonna read Nate. Blah, blah, blah. I almost said Nick. That's not it. We're gonna read Nate. I don't know the next time I'll be on, but we will be on next Saturday. Fingers crossed, because
don't you do that. Don't you do that. Wow, really?
But
I wish you all the itchiness in the world now.
Oh, can you not? It already itches so bad. I don't want to think about it. But either way, send all the love to Nate. Do all the emojis. Do all the things. And we will see you next week.